What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Sir Jorge bringing you our draft analysis for the APA Little Cup Division. I am Sir Jorge and I am your coach of the Sand and Executes, or Eggys for short. And I'm very excited to be participating in my first ever Little Cup draft league. I don't have much experience when it comes to Little Cup. I've seen a few battles on a couple other PokeTubers' channels, but other than that, I'm fairly new to it. Obviously, it's not too far from like the regular competitive scene, but it does have its unique nicks and knacks. So whenever I guess I should tell you about my draft so far, or how I was drafting the Pokemon. I was really, obviously I was trying to go for synergy, and I think I missed a few things when it comes to your typical draft. So that may come to bite us in the butt, and I may make some transactions immediately, or maybe in the future to see how this team synergizes. But overall, I just picked Pokemon that I really wanted to try out and use, especially because this is a unique format, and you typically don't see these Pokemon in Draft League at all, on your typical Wi-Fi league. So I'm very excited for it. If you guys don't know how Little Cup works, basically we set our Pokemon to level 5, and we can't use the same item twice, so suppose I can't have a team full of Violet users. That'd be breaking the rules, and there's some other like nicks and knacks that, you know, all follow suit later down the road. But yeah, so in the draft overall, we were basically had 10 Pokemon total. We needed one tier 1. I'm looking into my other monitor just to make sure. We had one tier 1, 2 tier 2s, 2 tier 3s, and then 1 tier 4. And then we were given 4 free agencies with a total of 200 points. And basically, yeah. So when going into the draft, I knew one thing was certain in Little Cup is that Shell Smash users are a huge threat because they can go +2 immediately. And the baby Pokemon really have a hard time dealing with that, especially if I like to do like a White Orb set, where I reset my sets and my defenses aren't as low. You know, we could take a hit and then sweep my team, or sweep my opponent's team. So going into the first one, that's what I really wanted, was to pick a Shell Smasher. And so there were things like Squirtle and things like, who was, Turtwig, I think, was one of them. And I ended up choosing this Pokemon because I had seen it before. And obviously, now that I've seen it's shiny, I absolutely love this Pokemon. So our first round pick was going to be as a tier 1 Chowder the Shelter, because like Clam Chowder. So, you know, sorry, I'm just thinking now. Shelter here, Chowder, if you will, is it's a Shell Smasher. He's a pure water type Pokemon with HP set of 30, an attack of 65, and a defense of 100. He has a ridiculously high defense stat, which is huge for Little Cup because not many Pokemon have that as a stat. They're typically like in the 60 to 70 range. I think, again, my knowledge of Little Cup and like what makes a good Little Cup Pokemon is very, very limited, but I'm assuming 100 defense stat is really, really good. But really the main thing you want to do with Shelter is Shell Smash. We do good things like, I think like Whirlpool, I think realized we could priority with Ice Shard. We could be either special or physical, you know, special like Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, Mud Shot, which I think is really, really nice round, or even Tri Attack. Or if we want to be a physical set, we can like Liquidation, Rock Blast, Icicle Spear, whatever the sort of, and Self-Destruct. I think it's really, really important. We can also set up with like Iron Defense and just be a huge nuisance to my opponent. Just double checking that I don't get spikes, because I know Cloyster does. We don't get spikes with Shelter, unfortunately. That's the one thing I wasn't too certain about. But other than that, like, Shelter is a menace Chowder is just a menace all around. I'm very excited for this draft. Again, no experience whatsoever. Little Cup is just meant to have fun, which is what I like to do with draft. Like, you know, I don't like to take it too seriously. Yeah, I want to win at the end of the day, but I think having fun is very important. Otherwise, you know, it just becomes very, you know, mute, and you know, when you do lose, you take it even, you know, harsher. I think I sort of experienced that in the BBR, you know, so somewhat last season, where I missed a Draco and I kind of got emotional at the end of the battle. I mean, it meant a lot to me, but you know, I got in the heat of the moment, and you know, I just need to learn to sit back and relax, you know, and enjoy the game, because you know, I love making this content for you guys. I love battling, and I love team building, and as well as making thumbnails for y'all. But anyways, that is going to be our first overall pick, Chowder the Shelter. Going into round 2, when I drafted Shelter, I thought he was a Water Ice type Pokemon, to be honest. And so I was like, okay, let's see what else is left in the tier 1 slot. Maybe we can get something really, really strong. So with that in mind, I was looking what was left. I obviously don't want to get another water type Pokemon. There was Onyx, there were things like a little Ninetales and a little Sandshrew, which I think are really good Pokemon too. And in fact, we may actually end up be dropping this Pokemon for one of the two because I want the Fairy type Pokemon. But anyways, I think this Pokemon is also a threat for my opponents. They're going to be terrified going against this thing as well. So we actually picked up Toyomitsu, the Snorlax, the Munchlax, the baby version of it. I was nicknaming him Midoriya because his ears look like the top of his hero suit. But I went was Toyomitsu to nickname him after Vacuum from My Hero. Munchlax has a really good ability of Thick Fat and Gluttony. Thick Fat basically gives me a resistance to Ice type and Fire type hits, which I think are very, very crucial. And then Gluttony allows me to eat my berries a little bit sooner rather than later, so I can run like a Super Berry. And I think I eat it at 50% rather than 33%, which is really, really good. Especially if I run things like Belly Drum. Looking at Munchlax's stats, he has an incredible HP set of 135 with an attack set of 85. So again, he is a menace to be dealt with. I mean, his defense isn't too high at base 40, but his special defense is really, really good at 85. He is very slow at a base 5, but the Little Cup, like the way EVs work at the level 5 stage, they really don't matter too much. Like, they're very super close, so like a base 5 could easily outspeed things like a base, I don't know. I really don't know. But I know they're super close. Like, just looking at our docks, they seem super close. Snorlax is obviously a Pokemon to be reckoned with. It gets access to like Recycle, Stockpile, Swallow, Body Slam, Amnesia, Metronome, which I think might be a little bit fun. He does get Belly Drum, which might be very, very scary for my opponents. We do get the Elemental Punches in Fire, Ice, and Thunder. We have Solar Beam, Self-Destruct, which I think is really good, nice too. Rock Slide. If you want to run like a Rust Snore set, we can. We can also get Icy Wind. We also get Whirlpool. What? Snorlax has Whirlpool? That's wild. If we want to run be a very, very like spicy set, we can run like Belch because we could run Gluttony's Belch. Always like a counter, Curse. Again we can set up against our opponent. Double Edge, which might be cool. Bulldoze, Stopping Tantrum. We also get some like the special moves, but I don't think we might. I don't think we'll be running a special Snorlax. We get Superpower, Seed Bombs, and Headbutt, Gunk Shot, Work Up. So a lot of options with Toyomitsu here, and I'm very excited. Though I'll be honest, after the draft, I'm not feeling like the strongest with Munchlax, but he may be such a powerhouse. We might actually have to drop off Shelter or another Pokemon to basically fill in the holes that our team is kind of lacking. Because there are things that we're lacking in, and that's kind of my fault, right? But we'll see. Going into the third round, I really wanted to pair a Pokemon nicely that paired with our Shelter and our Munchlax was Chowder and Toyomitsu. And so again, like I said before, when I drafted, I thought Shelter, or I assumed Shelter was a Water Ice type Pokemon. So I thought we had a really big fighting weakness, and I also wanted to pick up a Electric Immunity in one sweep. And so, with that in mind, I'm really sorry. I've noticed I've been getting a bunch of pings. Okay, they've just been scattered throughout. I know exactly what it is. Okay. Yes, it's my birthday. Today, as I'm recording this, is the 22nd. And I got pinged some places in Discord, so I want to make sure I wasn't missing anything too important. Sorry about that. Anyway, so I thought Shelter was a Water Ice type, and so pairing up with Munchlax, we had a pretty big weakness to Fighting type Pokemon, as I thought, I thought. But now that I don't, but I think Sandygast does pair off nicely with Shelter because it is an immunity to the Electric type hits that we are weak to, and then the grass types we can easily set a Munchlax against because of our natural bulk. Sandygast does get the Water Compaction ability. Essentially, when we're hit with a Water type move, our defense is raised by one stage. So the only issue with that is that unless we somehow skill swap, we get hit with a Water Compaction, then we skill swap, Water Immunity, which Water type Pokemon typically have, or Storm Drain. Then it could pop off, but otherwise, it isn't really going to shine as well as it should. Looking at Sandygast's stats, he has a base HP set of 55, a defense of 80, and a special attack of 70. So he's a pretty, he's a pretty good breaker. He does get Stealth Rocks, I do believe. Let me double check. This is shoot. Yeah, we do get Stealth Rocks. We do have hazards in the field already. which is something I typically forget to run. Sand gets a plethora of moves. We get Sand to trap my opponents, Mega Drain, Giga Drain rather, Iron Defense, Shadow Ball, Earth Power, Shore Up to gain some recovery, Rest, which I think is really important, Rock Slide, Rock Tomb if you want to, speed control, and Shelter does get speed control as well in Icy Wind, and so does Snorlax, Munchlax, so you made so. Bulldoze is really cool. EQ, Psychic Amnesia, Substitute, Sludge Bomb, Endure, Shadow Ball, Trick, Skill Swap, Stone Edge, Rocks, and Poltergeist, which I think is really cool, and Scorching Sands if we want to be very, very spicy. And we may want to because, again, some of the physical threats may want to come in on Sandygast, and we can punish them for trying to sub in and just doing a lot of damage to him. But yeah, that's going to be our third overall pick. Sandygast is a tier 2 Pokemon, as you can see. Mind the typo on the screen. It's going to be here for the rest of the analysis. I'm just super swamped with work that I'm not going to bother going back and fixing it. I may do it in post, but yeah, that is going to be our third round pick. Going into the fourth round, I sort of want to pair Pokemon well together, and so I wanted to pick up a Dark Resistance for the team, as well as a Dragon-type Pokemon, because Dragon types are just really good, and if your opponent doesn't have a Fairy-type Pokemon, then they just run ham. So that's sort of what I was looking into going into this fourth round pick, and I was thinking, and I saw this Pokemon was still around, and I was actually really happy to try him out. So our fourth overall pick is going to be Phil the Dino. Now, Dino only has one ability, that being Hustle, which will boost our attack by 1.5, but also lowers our accuracy to only 80%. So a move like, let's say Crunch becomes an 80% accurate move, but in turn becomes basically a base 140 move, if I believe that's how it works correctly. Looking at Dino's stats, he's pretty balanced overall. He has a base HP stat of 52, an attack stat of 65, and then a speed of 38. Since typically you want to run like a Life Orb, Choice Band, maybe Choice Scarf Set to speed creep Pokemon. I just dropped my phone, and I caught it right before it hit the ground. I'm going to put it on the floor. So the reason why I picked up Dino, again, it's a Ghost Resistance, it's a Dark Resistance for Sandygast. It's a Dragon-type Pokemon, so it does resist the Grass and Water-type moves for Shelter. Unfortunately, it is weak to Fighting-type Pokemon, which Shelter Sandygast can come in against. So again, overall pairing is really, really nice. We do get moves like Crunch, Dragon Pulse, Body Slam, Hyper Voice, Dragon Rush, though I may never run that. We do get Outrage, which is really good. We have T-Wave for speed control. We have the if you want to see our opponents via like if you run like a Focus Sash set, which actually might be really cool. We do get Assurance. We get the Elemental Fangs, Thunder Fang, Ice Fang, and Fire Fang. We get Astonish. We get Belch 2. We get Double Hit. We get Head Smash if you want to run some spicy tech. Superpower, Dark Pulse, Earth Power, Dragon Pulse, Zen Headbutt, Nasty Plot. I didn't know we got Nasty Plot. That's just really cool. If we could run a special Dino, and then Taunt is actually really good too. So yeah. Again, I was just picking a Pokemon that I think were really cool, that I think might have been cool on the team, might be cool like in the thumbnail or something. I haven't realized like the capabilities of the thumbnail capabilities of this team so far. I haven't thought about that actually. I'm kind of excited about that. But anyways, that is going to be our fourth overall pick, Phil the Dino. Now going into the fifth round, I actually really wanted to pick up this certain Pokemon. If you guys couldn't guess which Pokemon that could be at this, if you guys couldn't guess which one it could be, there are tier 3 Pokemon, and I just didn't know like the viability of this Pokemon. Obviously, they're not tier 1, and so they're not the best Pokemon, but somebody might have wanted it, right? And I was very worried that someone might just snipe it from me, and so to prevent that, I actually got it basically this round. So our fifth round going into this draft is going to be our mascot pick. We got little Eggy. He's yet to be Sir Eggy. We got little Eggy, the Execute. Now Execute is a grass type Pokemon, so it's yet to be the Dragon type Pokemon. It is meant to be what's the lone counterpart. It does get the abilities of Chlorophyll and Harvest. So if we have a Sun, somehow bring Sun and Day on a Pokemon, Execute can basically be the fastest thing on the field, which is really wrong to say, to be honest. We do have the Harvest ability. Basically, at the end of the turn, we have a 50% chance to regrow our berry, if that makes sense, and it's 100% in the sun, and other weathers it is 25%. Looking at our stats, we have a base HP of 60, a defense of 80, and then a special attack of 60. So, looking at the team overall, we're pretty physically alright, We're sort of lacking on the special department, but I think now that I've looked over the team entirely, I think we'll be fine. I think we might pick up a few things here and there, but overall, I do think we'll be fine. We can run a QQ physical, we can run a special if you want. And then its defenses are really, really well, especially if you slap it in a violet to it, becomes a huge wall for my opponent to deal with. Unfortunately, he does have a big weakness like Bug and Dark type Pokemon, which Rhino can carry for the Dark, and Sendigas can carry for the Bug, and then Fire, we're really much less to cover. So we do have answers for like our weaknesses. We do back it up, or we can cover things. But yeah, so what does Eggys do? What doesn't it do? We can set up Trick Room if we really wanted to, for especially for our Munchlax, if we want to run a Curse Lax set. Curse Lax set, that still works. We get Hypnosis if we want to put our Pokemon to sleep, Leech Seed, Synthesis, Giga Drain, Extra Sensory, Worry Seed if we want to negate our opponent's Pokemon, especially if they're like a rest set. We get basically prevent that because it makes it Insomnia. We do get Screams, which I think is really, really important. We get Self-Destruct, which could also be good. So we have a couple of Pokemon that like to go boom. We get Thief as well. We get Sunny Day, Power Swap, Trick Room, Grassy Terrain, which would be cool, Ancient Power, Curse, Block, Ingrain, Moonlight, which is another form of Synthesis. We do get Poison, Sleep, and Stun Powder, Spore. That's Poison, Sleep Powder, and Stun Spore. We also get Grassy Glide, which would be really, really cool. If you want to be like a physical set, we do get access to Sword Dance. We also get Psychic, Sludge Bomb, Seed Bomb, Energy Bomb, Leaf Storm, and Grass Knot. We also get Skill Swap, which I actually would think would be a really cool idea, especially because of a Fire type Pokemon has a Fire Flash. We Skill Swap it on the switch in, and now we become immune to its Fire type hits, which would be really cool. Both of those are just ideas out there that could become possibilities. Overall, I'm really liking the team, I'll be honest. I'm very excited for this. I don't know how we're going to do, especially because this is a Little Cup format and they all play out differently, but overall I'm excited. Now going into the 6th overall round, we were pretty dark weak. Like Dino could come in on the hits, but I didn't want Dino to be that Pokemon that come in on the hits. So I wanted to pick up a Fire type Pokemon. I think it'd be really good coverage for the team, and it'd just be nice, overall. So that's gonna be our 6th round pick. So going into the 6th round, we actually picked up a Clobby, the Clobbopus. Now, let me tell you guys something. When the Sword and Shield Lukes came out, I love the design of Clobbopus. I was like, oh my gosh, she is the most precious bean there ever was. It's shiny, it's just phenomenal. I love the combination of blue and orange with it. Also love Grapplebox shiny with the red and white. So I feel like it was fitting that we get Clobbopus. If Phalanx wasn't my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon, I think Clobbopus would have been it, to be honest. Yeah. So in terms of what it is, it's a pure fighting type Pokemon with the abilities of Limber, so we can't get paralyzed, and Technician. So all of our base 68 below moves will get a 50% power boost, so base 60s become base 90s, and so on and so forth. Looking at our sets with base HP set of 50, an attack set of 68, and a defense of 60. And then special attack and special defense of 50 overall. So we could run a special if we wanted to. Now I call Clobbopus a pseudo water type Pokemon because it does get a lot of water coverage because it is a octopus. So we get things like Rock Smash if we want to lower our opponent's defenses. We do get Bulk Up, Brick Break, Super Power, Reversal, Taunt, Mega Punch, Ice Punch. Unfortunately, we don't get Thunder or Fire, but that's fine. We get Revenge if we're running a slower set. We have Dive, Brine, Mud Shot, Payback, Retaliate. Circle Throw, Power Up Punch, I think is really nice because that gets boosted by the Technician. Sucker Punch for priority. Soak, if we get Soak. Actually, I forgot that was a move. If you guys don't know what Soak does, it makes our opponent a water type Pokemon. I don't know, I think, hold on, let me double check. I think it doesn't add it. Soak makes it a water type Pokemon, so it basically loses its stab. Unfortunately, there's no real way to pair that well with his move pool. It's super limited. But we do get close combat, we get coaching, we get waterfall, and yeah, we get work up 2, liquidation. So there's a lot of options here. Body slam, and I think Clobby here is going to be a force to be reckoned with. If not, it's going to be cute. And then going into the 7th overall pick, I still wanted a fire type Pokemon. And at this point, I actually ended up getting skipped in the draft because I had fallen asleep. So I had a work meeting in the morning, and I was going to be up, but then our boss changed it to like the next Tuesday. So I decided to sleep in, and in doing so, I got skipped. And I really wanted to pick up, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on this thing, the bug fire type Pokemon from Gen 8. It's the pre-evolution to Centiskorch. Oh, this is gonna bother me now. What is your preview name? Sizzlipede. That's who I wanted. Was Sizzlipede. But Vivid ended up just taking it from me. Coach of the South Texas Stabilize, so we missed out on it, which is fine. I also wanted this next pick, but I was torn between his 2 forms. And I ended up actually messaging Grandmaster Dre about it, and I was like, hey, were you thinking of getting the mascot pick? And he was like, actually, I don't have the points for it, so go for it. And so, after realizing that we got sniped from Sizzlipede, I ended up going with the Unoan form of this Pokemon. That's right, we picked up Octahedron, the Darumaka. Why Octahedron? Well, I have Dodecahedron, the Darmanitan, and the UPA. If you guys haven't caught up with the UPA, I recommend that you do. There's a playlist in my channel which you guys could go check out. So yeah, Darumaka has, I think Darumaka is a scary Pokemon to face off. Darumaka has the abilities of Hustle and Inner Focus. Inner Focus prevents it from getting intimidated or getting flinched, which is really cool. And then Hustle, just like Dino, boosts our attack by 90% and lowers our accuracy by 80%, or 80% rather. Looking at our stats, we have a HP stat of 70, an attack stat of 90, defense of 45, and a speed of 50. Now, you might be wondering, Jorge, why the hell did you draft 2 Hustle Pokemon? You're only hitting your moves 80% of the time, and I tell you, wait a minute, hold the phone, get some cut, put some liquor in it. We're drafting some spicy tech in the 9th round, and you guys will see in just a second. I'll explain in just a second, so bear with me. Let's sort of discuss what Darumaka can do, actually, first and foremost. We get things like Work Up, Fire Punch, Headbutt, Belly Drum, Flare Blitz, Thrash, Superpower, Mega Punch, Fire Punch. I already said Fire Punch. Fire Spin, Solar Beam, Dig, Rock Slide, Sunny Day, Will-O-Wisp, Facade, Brick Break, Rock Tomb, U-Turn, Extra Sentry, Flame Wheel, Focus Punch. Though I think I never run it. Hammer Arm. Focus Energy if you want to be a crit set. Gyro Ball, Zen Headbutt, and yeah, Superpower 2. We can share anything else. Heat Wave if we wanted to run a special set, but for the base 15 we're never going to do that. So that's Darumaka. Darumaka is gonna be a huge threat from opponents. We got Dino, we got Shelter, we got Execute, we got Munchlax, Sandygast. I think offensively we're a pretty threatening team, and my opponent is really gonna have to sort of be like, okay, what the hell are they gonna bring this week? So yeah, Octahedron Darumaka is going to be our 7th overall pick. Now, going into the 8th pick overall, I wanted an Electric type Pokemon, and I also wanted a Sticky Web user. And I thought this Pokemon got Sticky Webs, but after doing my first draft analysis, this is my second time recording this because the first time I recorded it, I basically went in blind, and I should have done a little bit of research beforehand, and I'm re-recording it now for better content. So I thought this Pokemon did get Sticky Webs like its evolution, but it doesn't. But it's fine because it's Agent Tick, the Joltik, the Bug Electric type Pokemon. I still wanted an Electric type Pokemon anyways, so this works out for us regardless. Joltik has a base speed of 65, excuse me, and then like pretty mediocre stats overall. We do get Compo Knives, Unnerve, and Swarm, So if we want like a Focus Sash form set to boost our Bug Buzzes, or run a Compound Eye set to be to make sure we hit our Thunders, or a Nerve set so our opponent doesn't eat its berries, especially like a Bug type, a Water type Pokemon that, or a Grass type Pokemon that might have like the Electrical Bug Berry. We get things like Electric Web, String Shot, Thunder Wave, Electroball, Agility, Sucker Punch, Discharge, Gastro Acid, which will mitigate our opponent's abilities, Bug Buzz, Thunder, Pin Missile, Giga Drain, Bounce, Speed Swap, which actually would be really cool with like a Trick Room set team, Volt Switch, which I think is really cool, Cross Poison, Infestation, Lunge, Struggle Bug, there's Thunderbolt, like I said, Rising Vulture, Skitter Smack, Leech Life, Substitute, Poison Jab, Exeter, and a Wild Charge. So, Ancient Tick here is, he's from the agency, so he's just going to be here observing, taking out Pokemon when he has to. Yeah, be careful with it, like your shoulder. You might have an Ancient Tick on your shoulder. That's repetitive. But yeah, Ancient Tick is going to be our 8th overall pick. Yeah, I'm sorry. Going into our 9th pick, I said we were getting Spice, and we're gonna be getting Spice. So like I said, we have 2 Hustle Pokemon, meaning that 80% of the time we're hitting our moves. Those 20, the other 20, yeah, but there is a way around it, and that is through the mechanic of gravity. Now, what gravity does is basically it will ground all Pokemon, but also all moves are increased by some odd percent, making all moves basically guaranteed to hit through Hustle. So through Hustle, we are guaranteed to hit our hits. And so there was only like a few options. There was Rock and Rolla, which was already taken. There was things like Cleffa, which was there. There was who else? I'm trying to remember now. It wasn't many. And I wanted to get another thick Pokemon. And like I said before, we're pretty physically defensively okay when it comes to like our bulk, but we lacked a special wall. So without further ado, we actually picked up Pre-Med Joy the Happiny. Hope you guys get it, because like Nurse Joy is a Chansey, and like Happiny has yet to go to medical school, so it's Pre-Med Joy. Anyways, I think it's very clever. Heck you if you don't find it funny. Happiny is just a straight up wall. It's meant to get a gravity, it gets Copycat, minimize, Defense Curl, Sweet Kiss, Charming Voice, Charm, Solar Beam, Thunder Wave, Light Screen, but I don't think it gets Reflect, unfortunately. Safeguard, Protect, Icy Wind for Speed Control. It does get Drain Punch, Aromatherapy. Again, gravity is the big thing. Seismitox, which actually is pretty useless in level 5 mons. Get Flamethrower, Psychic Metronome, Fire Blast, Substitute, Shadow Ball, Hyper Voice. So yeah. Again, Happiny is just meant to set up a gravity, guys. Like if we do bring it, it's yeah. Unfortunately, there's no ways for us to explode ourselves. Unlike, I don't think Chansey actually just could explosion, but I thought it did. Like we always just copycat a Stealth Rocker to get up rocks ourselves. Yeah, Happiny is just a very, very thick Pokemon, and if we wanted to, we could also run Toxic on it for a Gen 7 move, and just throw it on there. So yeah, that's gonna be our 9th pick overall, and I absolutely love Pre-Med Joy. I'm very excited to have Gravity on the team. Ending off our draft, I realized we didn't have any removal on our team, and I thought we really needed it. So that's exactly what we got. We got I mean, there's no other way to put it. We got Bolt Wreck the Bermite. It's like Shipwreck the Avalog, but smaller. So Bergmite here is a pure Ice type Pokemon with Own Tempo, Ice Body, and Sturdy, which I think would be really, really clutch, because we don't have to run a Focus Sash on it. We could be like a Super Berry to get 2 Sturdies. He has a base set of 55, or an HP set of 55, and an attack of 69, nice, and a defense of 85. It was pretty mediocre special attack and defense. He is just a Rapid Spinner. That's pretty much it. We could run he's another Cursor. Yeah, we have Icy Wind for speed control, Avalanche, Iron Defense. I don't think we get Body Press, not in this day and age. No, unfortunately we do, but we do get Gyro Ball, so we do crack a Curse Gyro Ball set would be really cool. Okay, Stone Edge, we got Flash Cannon, Blizzard Substitute, Endure, Aurora Veil. So if we do want to like run Ice one week, we get an option for that. We get Mirror Coat, Recover, which actually would be really annoying. A Rock Tomb if you want to run another way for speed control, Rock Slide, Icicle Spear, Ice Fang. So a lot of options here, and I'm very excited for it. But yeah, that is going to be the team, guys. Let me know what you guys. Sorry. That is the team. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I'm very excited for this team. I don't know how it's all gonna play out. I know we don't have like a fairy type. I know that we don't actually have a steel type now that I look at it. We will probably make a few transactions here and there to better, you know, make the team a little bit more more solid, more concrete. Already thinking of possible transactions. Maybe what it looks like Agent Tick or Boat Wreck here for like removal and like those coverage. Maybe Munchlax, but looking at Munchlax again, he's just a huge threat. But yeah, that's gonna be the video here. Like I said before, Little Cup. I'm new to it, so I'll be learning with you guys as we battle along the weeks. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Wow. I haven't had a long day. It's been a long week. First week of school. Only to get longer. Alright guys, have a fantastic day. Bye! Thank you so much for watching this video of mine. If you guys did enjoy this content, by all means hit that like button down below and subscribe if you have not already. If you guys want to continue watching my content, Sir Jorge himself has picked a video just for you on the left of the screen. Just all you have to do is click it, but YouTube does think you guys will enjoy the video on the right. The choice is yours. Anyways, you guys do know me as Sir Jorge T Great. Make sure you appreciate the word of alola, Eggy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!